Next up is Nano Dimension. So Nano Dimension just announced some pretty big changes in terms of the company executives and the board members. And they just announced the other day that someone named Zivi Nandivi has been appointed president of Nano Dimension. Previously announced a couple weeks ago, it was announced that the CEO of Nano Dimension will be appointed the chairman of the board. And so that's already been said. But now Mr. Nadevi, who will be appointed who has been appointed president of Nano Dimensions, he's had a lot of success in the past. And I think this move by the company is pretty good. They made a lot of different changes to their board, to the C-level executives. They also recently, in addition to him, they also recently picked a new product chief and head of strategic M&A. So they made a lot of big changes, but this guy in particular, he helped bring a company called Kellstrom. He was CEO of that, and he grew the company from $8 million in revenue to $330 million in revenue during a 5-year period, including 9 different acquisitions. He also he managed supply chain. He, was in the supply chain and advanced data management industry with this company. He also was the CEO of Luminous, which was a world-leading developer of energy-based technologies. He was responsible directly for 1,000 employees in 5 continents. So he has a lot of experience, and I think this move is very exciting because Nano Dimension is on the verge of really exploding. The industry that they're in, the additive manufacturing, 3D printing industry, is on the verge of really exploding over the next couple of years. Nano Dimension, they are able to 3D print products and they're in an industry that is rapidly growing, that is actually needed. They 3D print products for industries such as like aerospace and technology, not semiconductors, but technology. And they 3D print for a lot of different industries. They've had to overcome a lot of different challenges with their Dragonfly 3D printing system and that technology. They've overcome a lot of that. While the revenue wasn't so high in 2020, I think this new position that they appointed him to is going to be really, really important. Nano Dimension, they do work for defense, aerospace, autonomous vehicles, robotics, biotech, and with his experience growing a company from $8 million in revenue to $330 million in revenue in just a couple of years, I think this is a great move by them. Also, on top of this, I think with their new product chief and head of strategic management of M&A, both of these people have a lot of experience, decades of experience leading technology companies. So I think combining all 3 of these new picks for executives, board members, I think it sets them up really well for the future and moving forward, especially with 3D printing industry set to grow at like 26% year over year for the next couple of years, for at least the next 4 to 5 years. So we'll see what happens here. Their Dragonfly 3D printing system has been growing very rapidly, looking to continue to grow their revenue pretty dramatically from 2020. And I think they're positioned very well. ARK Invest loves the company. Now they have new people leading the company. And on top of all this, the industry is growing very, very quickly.